What's going on, guys? It's your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video we'll be discussing the new Nanashi character and the buff to the despair card in game. So let's get into it. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is the info for the Swordsman Nanashi. Again, shout out to SDSGC database on Twitter for all the info here in a pretty nice manner. So yeah, we're gonna go over Nanashi, and then I'm gonna discuss why this balance change right here for despair is super insane for Blue Zel and Levi. Alright, so Nanashi for his passive here. By the way, he is unknown race, which is kind of a cut because he's actually a goddess race from what I've seen on the wiki. But I didn't really know much about Nanashi going into this, so not really many expectations. But unknown race is something I did not expect, to be honest. Like, I thought he would be goddess race. But yeah, he's unknown race. For his passive here, Lost Power. At the start of allies' turn, increase the max HP, crit resistance, and crit defense of all allies with 2 or less skill cards by 20% for 1 turn. And for once per turn when attacked, reduce the enemy ultimate move gauge orb of the attacking enemy by 1. So that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I like this second part of the passive here where he reduces the ultimate move gauge when attacked, which is pretty good. You know, if someone's trying to ult rush and they have to do an AoE, they're going to lose their gauge, which is pretty good for Nanashi there. But yeah, for his first skill, he's going to inflict damage equal to 360% of attack on one enemy and remove 2 ultimate move gauge orbs from the target's ultimate move gauge and deletes 2 skills at random. So this is the same skill as Green Monspeed from what I remember. So if you guys know that card where he deletes the skills and then removes the gauge, this is the card right here. For his second skill, he's going to inflict despair damage equal to 325% of attack on all enemies, and despair recovers a percentage amount of HP that scales per level. And yeah, we're actually going to go over that right after Nanashi's kit with the buff for despair. But yeah, the card was actually buffed from 250% to 325%, and the multipliers right here were actually buffed as well, which we'll go over. But yeah. And then for his ultimate here, he's going to inflict amplified damage equal to 630% of attack on one enemy, and amplify his damage dealt 30% per active buff on self. So Nanashi, he looks pretty decent. Nothing crazy though. Like, honestly, like, he's not very special. I mean, I like the ultimate move gauge reduction part, and I do like how this part at the top also coincides with his amplify ultimate. So he does have some, you know, synergy there. But that's not the important part of the video, to be honest. I think the most important part of this video is actually the despair buff. This buff is so insane. Like, I don't know why Netmarble even did this, to be honest, because I think despair was already a really good card, but now it's just broken. Okay, so the reason I think despair is broken is because of how much they buffed it. So they buffed the original damage multipliers from 100 to 130, 150 to 195, and 250 to 325% of attack per level, you know what I mean? And another thing that's super insane as well is the despair itself, the recovery from the diminished HP when hitting a critical strike was actually doubled on level 3. So he's double healing, and he's doing a little bit, he's doing like 75% more extra like damage on the enemy with this AoE despair right here. And that is just insane, to be honest. I think this is super nice for ZELDRIS and Levi. Like, if we go to ZELDRIS right here, as you guys can see, ZELDRIS has really good crit chance, man, like 60%. Like, ZELDRIS doesn't crit, quote unquote, but when he will, and with the new despair buff, he is going to be healing like full health. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, if ZELDRIS crits AoE, he's gonna full heal. Like, he's actually gonna full heal. That's how broken that buff is, because he was already healing like a good amount of HP when he hit the despair card, but because it's AoE and is doing 30% instead of 15% on the recovery, it is going to be insane, man. It's actually going to be insane. You're not really going to get this level 3 off often, but when it does happen, you're going to be full healing, you know what I mean? Like, this could come in clutch in 1v3s, in 1v3 situations where you actually need a heal. So I think that's super beneficial right there. And Blue Zel was already a really good unit. He doesn't crit, like, we meme about how he doesn't crit, but if you run him on the correct team, he can get crits off, you know what I mean? If you run him with Green Gother, Ludociel, Death Pierce Sub, like, he will hit, he will crit. So I think this is a really nice buff for Zel, because Zel was already a really good character, and now he has an even more broken AoE heal. But yeah, I think this is going to be super nice later in the game. I don't know if that makes Blue Zel any better in the meta per se, but I mean, it does give him more viability in that he can do more healing on his AoE. And yeah, it might push people to start using Blue Zel more. But another thing to note as well is that this change was actually applied to Levi as well. So if you go to Levi, I don't know if I have it pulled up here. But yeah, it was also applied to Levi as well, because he does have the same card Let me just find Levi here. There we are. So yeah, Levi will get his skill increase as well to 325%. And I mean, like, Levi already had guaranteed crit on whoever had the lowest like percentage HP. So if you start the turn, like if they go first and they start damaging your Levi, and then you just drop like, let's say a level 2 despair, like if you merge for a level 2 and you use that, you're gonna full heal. Like, you're literally gonna full heal because you're gonna be critting everyone on the enemy team because you're all gonna be at the same percentage HP. So honestly, like, this buff was probably the best thing we got out of the entire like JP patch notes. Like, of the entire patch notes, I think that's probably the most insane thing that they've done right here, the balance changes. Like, this is just like insane to me, you know what I mean? I feel like that is just a super crazy buff that they gave to Despair that was not needed, by the way. That was not needed. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. As always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.